Welcome to another episode of CAT Simplified. In this lesson, we are going to look at Microsoft Word Basics, normally for grade 10, grade 8, and then grade 9 as well, those doing digital technology. Now, I'll be using 2023 question paper, which was Northwest 2023 question paper. Right. It says we should open one rules document and format it as follows. Change the paper size to A4. Change the size of the whole document to 14 pt. That's the font size. Place a 3 pt line page border on the face page only. Add a date in the header on the right-hand side that will update automatically. Change the margins as follows. Top and bottom 2 centimeters. Left and right 2.5 centimeters. Right, so let's start. The first question says we should change the paper size to A4. Now, I'm going to show you a simpler way of doing that type of question. That's the page setup. Now, anytime you are solving a question regarding page setup, make sure that your ruler is activated. So anywhere on the calibrations of the ruler on top, just double click. Then it will give you the page setup dialog box. So now the question says, first of all, we should change the paper size to A4, and then we should change the top and bottom to 2 centimeters, and then the left and right to 2.5 centimeters. So the paper, you change the size to A4, and then the margins as well, they say 2.5, top and bottom. You can use these arrows to also change them. And then the left and right to 2.5 centimeters. So the left and right, instead of you to click on these arrows to take time, so just delete and say 2.5. 2.5. Right. You can also be given a question to change the gutter and the gutter position, so you must watch out for that. And at the same time, page setup, orientation, whether to landscape or portrait. And then the pages, whether you want 2 pages per sheet or book fold as well. Right. Then we also have the layout, whereby we have the section break, different odd and even, and then different first page. We will talk about that one later. And then page vertical alignment as well. Right, so we are done with this question. We click OK. Now let's go to the next question. It says we have to change the font size of the whole document to 14, and then we should place a 3 pt double line border, first page only. So the font size of the whole document. So you select the entire document. And then the font size, you go here and then you change the font size to 14. Alternatively, if you don't know where to find the font size, you can go to the search in the examination paper so that you'll be quick. You type font, it gives you font size or font settings. Then you can change that. Right. Now, next question, we must place a 3 pt double line page border. So page border, you can go to the paragraph you see here, which is the borders and shading. Or alternatively, you can just say borders. So you see borders and shading. And we have the first one is the border, that is we apply it on a text. We also have page border. So the page border can be shadow or 3D. Now, this question didn't tell us which type of page border we should use, so we can pick any of them. Let me choose shadow one. You can choose the point. They can sometimes give you a question to change. Like this one, say 3PT double line. Yes, 3PT double line. So we might choose the line double. Here is it. And it should be 3PT. Then apply to. For apply to is a first page only. First page only. Sometimes you can be given a question that says you must apply to all the pages except the first page. So here, only first page. Then click OK. So only the first page will have a border around it. Now we move to the next question. It says we should add a date in the header on the right that will automatically update. Right, so we should go to the header. How do we go to the header? Just on top here, this is the document section. On top of the page, double click there. It will activate the header for you. Now the question says we must place it on the right-hand side. We must insert the date. Now the moment you activate the header or the footer, it's going to give you this, like page number. You can insert page numbers. You can also put other things there in the footer. You can also, if you want to type a text, you can also insert date. You can also insert the file name, the file path, the document title, the author, and the document properties. You can also insert quick path and the rest, picture as well. So now this question says we have to insert the date and time. So we click on date, then we tick update automatically. We can choose any of the format given here. Now the question says it should be on the right-hand side. So you select it. And how do you change it to the right-hand side? You can use shortcut Control R, or on the paragraph, the alignment. You see right, you click on align right. Right. So basically, this is how we solve that question. Now, the next question says double underline the heading. So there's a heading there, we should double underline. So to get out of the header and footer, go to the document and double click. There's a heading here that we must double underline. You select and you see underline. You choose the double line. Change the heading, equipment preparations and terminologies, yellow highlight to italic. So the headings were given to us. This one, we might change it to italic, which is this one here on the font. Or if you don't know where to find it, you go to search and type italic. There we go. So it will automatically give you. Right. The list that begins with 10 times 8 meters and ends with 26 must be changed to bullet. Choose a black square by using Wingdings character code 167. So bullet, we have to place this one in the bullet character code 167 Wingdings. So how do you insert bullet? You can go to bullet, here is bullet, or if you don't know it, you go to bullet. Bullet. Now it gives you this bullet, but that's not the one we are looking for. So you go to bullet, define new bullet. Now it's a symbol. You can also insert picture as bullet. So symbol. And then the symbol should be Webdings. You don't need to scroll down. Just here, you know the name, Webdings. So Webdings, character code 167. Oh, Wingdings, rather. Wingdings, character code 167. Remember, we have wingdings and wingdings too. Then you come to character code, you type it there, 167. Here is it. And then you click OK. So basically that's how we insert bullets and numbering. Right, the next question. It says delete the text 6 by 3 meters and make sure that the paragraph spacing is correct. Light gray. We should delete the text, this text. So you select it and then you press delete key or backspace. Right. And then number the paragraphs under the heading to begin so that you can see it as follows. Now we have to number this one from A up to F. So it's just similar to the bullet. So you select it, numbering. We are going to use ABC. Right, but sometimes you must check whether there's dots. Oh yeah, here there's dots, so it's easy. If there's no dot, you have to define it. Let's say, for instance, there is no dot, so you must go to numbering, and then you go to define new number format. Then you can change it here. If there's no dot, you delete it. Let's say sometimes you can have only brackets around it. There we go. So basically, we must define the new bullet in order to change it. Right. The next question. Change if the document has any spelling errors and correct it. Do not correct any grammar errors. So here is spelling errors. So you can use the spelling check depending on whatever that you are using. So you can go to search and say spelling and grammar, which you can find it under review as well. So it's going to give you, this is the newer version, so to give you the editor score. So here the spellings were done. So to highlight for grammar is mostly green, blue underline. So the spelling we don't have any problem. It's rather the grammar. The spelling will always be red underline. So here we don't have, let's say I type so here the spelling is wrong. So you see it to be having red underline. This underline here is grammar. Now the question says we shouldn't correct any grammar. So if, let's say this is the mistake that we have, you right click on it and then you choose the right one. Right. Now let's move on to the next question. The 4 headings that start with face must be formatted with the heading 1 style. So there's 4 headings that start with face. Yeah, here, phase 2. You select it, it must be formatted to heading 1. So you go to heading style, this is heading 1. And then phase 3 as well, heading 1. Phase 4, heading 1. So meaning we should look for phase 1. Yes, here it is. Right. The next question says we should add a page break before the heading winning. Now we must add page break here. There are several ways of adding page break. One, we can do it through paragraph settings. So when you go to paragraph settings, line and page break, you see page break before. Okay. Or alternatively, you can also find it under layout, break, page break. Or you click before it, Control plus Enter. You hold down the Control key, and then you press the enter. It will create a page break for you. Format the heading variant to look the same as the heading winning. Now there's a heading here called variant here. We want it to be the same as winning. How do we do that? We use Microsoft Word feature called Format Painter. Now we want this to be the same as that. We don't need to check what do they do there and then you'll be wasting time. So you click on winning, click also on Format Painter under the clipboard. When you click on Format Painter, it will give you this brush tooltip. You highlight the new word that you must format it the same as the word winning. Right. So that's how powerful Format Painter is. Now the next question, change the 5 paragraphs under the heading variants and start with the following and ends with the games with a paragraph spacing 4 pt before and after. Now we are going straight to paragraph spacing. So we must change this paragraph from the following to 4 pt before and after. Now you can get it from paragraph group. There's an arrow here, you click there, or you go to search, you type paragraph. It will give you paragraph settings. Right. Now we have paragraph spacing before and after. And then we have the line spacing as well there, whereby you can get double, at least, exactly, and multiple. Watch out for that as well. Right. And we also have the indentation. We will come to that one later on. Now, according to the question, we have to change it to 4 pt before and after. It's already 6 pt, so we change it to 4. You delete it and then type 4. Right. Then let's move on to the next question. Add a drop cap to the second paragraph. Some rules under the heading variant. The drop cap must be stretched over 2 lines. So drop cap. Let's check the question where we must put again. Some rules. Yeah, here is it. So we have to change this one to a drop cap over 2 lines. So you click before at the beginning of the sentence, drop cap, you can get it under insert, or alternatively, you can use a search if you don't know where to find it. Drop cap, then you click on drop cap options. Now, you choose drop. Sometimes you can be given a question as in margins, options, line to drop to. They didn't tell us the distance as well. Right. So this is a drop cap covering 2 lines. Format the text overly by placing a line through it. That's green highlight. We have to put a line through it. Now, this is a text, and then we are putting a line through it. That's the part of the font group. So if you go to font group, you will find strike through. That is the text, and you can have double strike through as well. You can also find it under font. Here, this is the strike through. You can remove it and click on it as well. Right. So the font group, also watch out for subscript and then superscript. And then change case to sentence case, uppercase, lowercase. The next question, add a picture 1 play tab to the bottom of the document. Resize the picture to the height of 15 centimeters. So here is the bottom of the document. We have to add a picture. So insert picture from this device. one click. Yeah, this is the picture, and then the picture should be having a size. Now, how do you change the picture size? Whenever you click on the picture, it gives you picture format. Now, you will see the size, you can crop it, you can change the position, alternative text, picture border. You can put a border around it with the thickness and weight. And then as well as picture effect. Then we also have the color, removing background color and the rest. Now here, we need to change the size. So you click here. And then according to the question, the size should be 15 centimeters. That's the height. So the height should be 15 centimeters. Make sure that you remove log aspect ratio to get the exact height or width. So we take this one, remove log aspect ratio, and then you change this height to 15. There we go. Right. Number the pages in the footer. Use the style accent bar 3. Save the document 1 rules. So we are going to number them and use a certain style. How do you number them? In the footer. So here you can go to footer section and you double click. Then you see page number, bottom. Then you look for, you say accent bar 1. Yeah, this is the one. No, bar 3 as well. Yeah. So page numbers, bottom. Yeah, this is the correct one. So you choose the right format. Then click OK. Now, let's go to the next question. That we should save the document 1 rules as a rich text in the same document. So file, save as. Now when you browse, the save as type, we choose rich text. And then we save it. Right, that is question 1. In our next episode, we'll be looking at question 2, which involves tables. All the data will be under the channel. You can download it and practice at home. Thank you.